What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Joe Biden is considering preemptive pardons for some Congress people and some others that are on the enemies list for Donald Trump, who Donald Trump is going to go after. This is an absurd idea to preemptively pardon somebody. What are you going to pardon them for, Joe Biden? This I don't understand how this can be allowed to take place. To think that Joe Biden can just pick some people, see some names, and say, yeah, I pardon them for anything that may happen in the future. You can't do that. That gives them a license to commit crimes. I don't think this will pass the smell test. For goodness sakes. I don't know if they can get away with this. This is absurd. But, you go ask these people. I've got a clip for you guys, by the way. I got a clip, and we're going to run this. We're going to break this thing down. I've got a clip. Benny Thompson, chairman of the January 6th Select Committee, had an interview with Jim Acosta the other day and was asked this.
And apparently the White House is discussing preemptive pardons for people who may be targeted by Trump when he gets back in office. Do you want the president to offer some kind of pardon to you? As strange as it is to ask that question, I'm just wondering what you think.
Well, the president, it's his prerogative. If he offers it to me or other members of the committee, I would accept it, but it's his choice. I think the staff of the committee, who did a wonderful job, I think the witnesses, who were primarily Republicans, did a great job under oath. We were not found to have perjured themselves or anything like that. There's nothing in the record that's not already on point. We've had 2 years of review by Republican chairpersons. They found nothing wrong. So there's nothing that we kept out of the record. There's nothing that we took out of the record. So we stand by the work of the committee. Our committee did a wonderful job. We shared it with the public, and all the public has to do is to read the report that we filed based on our report.
Did y'all happen to catch the lies in there? I don't know if you did, but I sure as hell did, and we got a fact check coming in. As a matter of fact, once again, like I always love to do, anytime I do one of these fact checks, you can find some right-wing publication to debunk a Democrat, but hang on. When you have a left-wing publication, a democratically controlled news outlet debunk a Democrat, yeah, that's when that must be true, right? That must be true. Oh, we didn't keep anything from the record. We didn't get rid of anything out of the record. Is that so, Benny Thompson? Well, you know what? That's a lie just right off the jump, because we know for a fact they didn't review all the security tapes. Yeah, they didn't review some security tapes from the Capitol building itself. They left a bunch of that out. They left exculpatory evidence out, or they withheld exculpatory evidence to keep some people in jail. That's obscene, if you ask me. Right? We saw when Tucker Carlson got a hold of the January 6th tapes, all the security footage showing police escorting people around, police waving people into the building. We knew right then and there, hang on, there's a whole other side to this story, that the corporate press, they're getting out there and they're calling it a riot and all this, which sure, there was a little bit of a skirmish, right? Some people were trying to break into the Capitol. Why? I have no idea. We just covered an article yesterday with the corporate press outright lying, trying to say, a watchdog report comes out. As a matter of fact, it was a DOJ watchdog watching itself. It's like, hang on, but the report comes out, and they had to twist the words around to say, there was no FBI informants, ordered to partake in violence on January 6th. Well, no, that's not what we're asking. Were there any informants in the crowd? And come to find out, they can't just lie outright. Yeah, they had to phrase it in such a way to where it looks like they were saying, no, there was no informants at all. But yes, There was definitely informants there. We covered that. We know the corporate press lies. They manipulate everything. So they lied about that. They lied about January 6th totally, because there was a whole other side with cops standing there holding the freaking doors open, letting people walk right on through. Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, was escorted by 4 Capitol Police people, just escorted all over the building. Why did that guy spend 2 years in prison? Why? For what? Yeah, he spent 2 years in prison. The cops let him in the building, escorted him all over the place. He was arrested and thrown in prison. That's insane. Political prisoners inside the United States. But getting back to the topic at hand, let's see what the hell we got coming from the Los Angeles Times, of all places. Republicans say the January 6th Congressional Committee withheld evidence. Whether it did is complicated. So they're doing everything they can to try to say, no, it's complicated, y'all. It's way too complicated for your stupid brain. You will never understand the depth of the complications that this brings. Is that so? Well, let's see what kind of complications it is. The Republican chairman of the House subcommittee examining last year's January 6, 2021 insurrection hearings said last week that some of the evidence gathered for the inquiry wasn't preserved. So what does that mean? It wasn't preserved. So they threw away evidence. Though some Republicans and former President Trump have jumped on the statement as a sign the House January 6th Select Committee did something wrong. The rules and standards of what is preserved following a congressional investigation are loose and subject to the interpretation of each new Congress. So what is the Los Angeles Times trying to say here? Oh, well, they threw away evidence, but, the rules are subject to, they're subjective. Yeah, if it says we need to keep all records with NARA, which is the National Archives, we need to have everything, keep it for the next Congress so they can review the records. Oh, yeah, but that's subject to interpretation. That's what they're trying to tell you. How absurd is these people, right? But once again, folks, corporate press manipulation is thick constantly. Rep. Barry Loudermilk, chairman of the House Administration Subcommittee on Oversight, told Fox News on Tuesday that the House January 6th Select Committee did not adequately preserve documents, data, and video depositions, including communications it had with President Biden's administration, and failed to provide any evidence that it looked into Capitol Hill security failures on the day of the insurrection. Loudermilk's spokesperson did not respond to a request for comment from the Times. On the Truth Social platform Wednesday, Trump falsely stated that the January 6th Unselect Committee got rid of everything, discarded, deleted, thrown out. A flagrant violation of the law. They had so much to hide, and now that I have subpoena power, they didn't want to get caught. They knew exactly what they were doing. An egregious criminal act and blatant disregard of the law. Can you imagine if I would have done such a thing? This is insane. Now, Trump's obviously being a little bit hyperbolic with this. Obviously, they didn't throw away all the evidence. But if they got rid of some of the evidence, why? Why did they throw that evidence out? Why did they withhold evidence to exonerate people that were political prisoners in this country? It's insane, y'all. But they're trying to flip it all around. Oh, well, it's subject to interpretation, y'all. But by the way, this is an old article, but I just wanted to debunk that video with, left-wing news, just to make it look like I'm not biased here and I'm not going to some, insane right-wing publication that lied about something, right? This is the Los Angeles Times. This is all insane. Well, that's what you got to do, folks. You hear a claim, you're like, that doesn't sound right. You got to go filter through the news. It took me a while to find this. Took me a good while to find this. So, yeah, you're welcome, by the way. Hey, by the way, I know it's late, but hey, y'all do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, blah, 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 you get it. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Let's keep going. That is not accurate. Much of the committee's work was made public through an 845-page, 8-chapter report, several televised hearings, and about 180 released transcripts and interviews. Once again, you gotta love the corporate press debunks, y'all. Oh, Donald Trump said they threw everything away. False. They didn't throw all of it away. Well, that's not the argument, is it? Of course, yeah, he didn't tell the truth. But the point is there. He's making a point. Yes, you saw that, didn't you? Loudermilk himself alleged only that the information his subcommittee has is incomplete, not that it was all destroyed. Right. That's the point. We've got lots of depositions. We've got lots of subpoenas. We've got video and other documents provided through subpoenas by individuals, he told Fox News. Possession of the massive trove of evidence collected by the committee was long expected to remain an issue on Capitol Hill once the panel's work was done. The Select Committee's 18-month investigation is believed to be among the most extensive probes in congressional history, but much of it was done behind closed doors, so the full extent of what was collected is unknown. That is right. So we have no idea. That's what they're telling you. We don't know. They may have collected a bunch of evidence and thrown all that away. We have no freaking clue. And this is why we have rules and regulations about keeping records in government. And this is why Joe Biden is attempting, or possibly might preemptively pardon some congressional members here because they broke the law. They know they're in the wrong. They know they got rid of some evidence. And they know that Donald Trump wants to bring criminals to justice, if you will. That sounds like a vastly different message than, oh, Trump wants retribution. You tell me your interpretation, right? Trump sees something happen that's illegal, and he just so happens to win a presidential election. What do you think he's going to do? The corporate press and the mainstream news, they're going to drum it up as, oh, it's political retribution. Political retribution. But what is it really? They committed a crime, and now they're going to be investigated for that crime. And there's going to be consequences and repercussions, as a matter of fact. And now Joe Biden wants to subvert the law to get around this. But hang on, Joe Biden. I thought you said
no one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law, right? Nobody is above the law. Funny coming from Joe Biden. He should have said, except for my son and all of these people I'm planning on pardoning. It's insane, y'all. These people are absurd. And these people deserve to go to jail, if you ask me. If they did something wrong, then by all means. It's like just the idea of this, right? Preemptively pardoning somebody is insane to me. That pretty much spells out that they committed a crime. Because think about it like this. You know, the way they're trying to drum this up is, oh, well, Donald Trump wants retribution and they haven't done anything wrong. Well, hang on. We have judges in this country. Do you really think? I mean, look what happened with Donald Trump, as a matter of fact, to prove my point. Right? The DOJ drummed up a bunch of charges. They had to twist the law around to get him in court. And what's going on with all those charges? They're just dropping away like flies, one after another after another. So, have a little bit of faith in our justice system there, Joe Biden. If these people did nothing wrong, they have absolutely nothing to worry about. But they know what they're doing. The process is the punishment. They know that. That's what they're fearing. Having to go through all this. What they put Donald Trump through, they fear having to go through themselves. Because they know they've done something wrong. They know they broke the law and will be held to account. So Joe Biden knows that he has the power to pardon these people preemptively, which is insane. Just outright insane. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section, because to me it's just an absurdity on more absurdness, right? It's just, how can you do this? It makes these people look guilty. Outright guilty. Preemptive pardons. Come on now. Y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.